Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a book tag for being halfway through the year. So I have like 10 questions right here, and then I'm just gonna answer them. So we'll just get right into it. The first question is, what is the best book that I've read this year? And I was really struggling with this actually, but I think it's gonna have to be Redeeming Six. I actually I don't think there's been a video that I don't talk about Boys of Tommen this year. So since I read it, I can't even pick favorites in the series. Like, some people are like, oh, this is my favorite couple, and okay, yeah, it's like Aoife and Joey, but also that just makes me sad to pick, because then it's like Johnny and Shannon, Claire and Lucy, Lizzie and Hugh. And honestly, since reading Releasing 10, Patrick, or Feely and Katie also could be up there. Anyway, but if you don't know what Boys of Tommen is, Boys of Tommen follows its series. Binding 13 is the first one. For these books, check your trigger warnings, because the first 5 books are technically YA, but there's definitely lots of stuff that happens that is trigger warning. There's abuse, addiction, assault, all that stuff, and they're all kids, so just so you know, check your trigger warnings. But they just follow these group of kids in Ireland, and most of them go to Tommen College. It's a character study, more there's not really a plot. The first 4 books definitely feel more plotty, they have a plot. The first 4 follow siblings, so the first 2 follow Johnny and Shannon. They're not siblings, but Shannon and Joey are, and the second 2 follow Joey and Aoife, which Redeeming Six is their second book. It follows this group of friends. They basically all fall in love with each other, and it's really good, really traumatizing, but it's also really good. These books really give you whiplash. I'm not even joking when I say there are one page I think I'm gonna cry, and the next I'm literally giggling and kicking my feet, but they're good. They've all been 5 stars. I don't think I can give, we'll see what the next books are, but I don't think I could give them not 5 stars. A book in the series not 5 stars is what I'm saying. Also, really, you can't really see them, but I really like the tabs in this one. So Redeeming Six is the first book. The second question is, what is the best sequel that I've read this year? And honestly, I haven't read that many sequels, so I don't know if this counts, but it's my video, my channel, so I'm gonna make it count. So it's Keeping 13, which is the second book in the Boys of Tommen. This is Johnny and Shannon's second book, and yeah, it's just really good. And also, in the Boys of Tommen series, the covers always mean something. So if you read this, you know what that means. And also, if you read this, you know what it gives. Anyway, but I really like this book. Also, it was 5 stars, as I said. All of these books are 5 stars, or in the series are 5 stars. The next question is a new release that I haven't read, but I really want to. And that would be Say You'll Remember Me. There's also, I want to read The Favorites by Lynn Fargo, maybe. And then I want to read King of Envy by Anna Huang, but I have to finish all the other ones. I've only read the first book, so maybe it'll change and I don't want to read it later, but I feel like there's other ones, but if I remember, maybe I'll pop them up. But this follows Xavier and Samantha. I don't really know a lot of this. There's very controversial feelings about this. Some people really hate it, some people really like it. Apparently they talk about a lot about Rhysand, from ACOTAR, Rhys. I love him, so maybe I'll like it. I don't know if I have strong feelings about when people mention TikTok and stuff like that in books. Some people hate it when they mention social media things, or present day stuff. I don't know if I've read enough books with that stuff in it that I would have strong feelings, but I really want to read this. I know Larry reads has read it and loved it, but then there's also people who hated it, so we'll see. I don't know when I'm gonna read it, but hopefully I'll read it this year. It's in like a really interconnected standalone series. Like most interconnected standalone series I read were like closer together. These are like, they're kind of far, like not far apart. Like this guy, you don't really know much about him, but you have seen him and like, yeah. But I'm gonna read this sometime. The next question is my most anticipated for the second half, and that is Wildcard by Elsie Silver. But if we get the next Boys Atomic book, that would be this one right now. Or that would be what it is right now. But we haven't gotten out to it. She really just releasing 10. But anyway, Wildcard by Elsie Silver. I don't actually think we have a blurb for this. We might, but I don't know. But basically, this is the last book in her Rose Hill series, which is a single dad series, so all the MMCs are single dads. And when I tell you Wild Eyes is my favorite book of hers, I think, well, I don't actually know that. Maybe sometime I'll do a ranking of Elsie Silver books, because I have officially finished all of her books that are out, well, except for a novella. But anyway, so this will fall, this one comes out I think in September, but I might be incorrect. I'm pretty sure September. It follows, I think, Ren or something like that. And I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what his name is. Butch? Let me just look it up. I was right, Sebastian. So they call him Bash, I think. Anyway, I'm gonna read that. I don't really know what it's about. But the next book was, or the next question is most surprising book. And I didn't really have a surprising book of 2025. But I just picked this one. This is Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. And it wasn't surprising. The way it was surprising was I went into this not knowing if I would like it that much. Like, it would just be like a fun read. Let me tell you. This book, well, I was going to say changed my life. I don't know if it changed my life. Probably did. Changed my brain chemistry. But actually, I love this book so much. And it was up there for my favorite book, but Boys Atomic, so yeah. Anyway, this book is so good. I really relate to Jacob. Okay, not as severely, but I'm very introverted, so there's some things like, okay, for instance, I'm gonna share a quote. It's so tabbed up. Oh, I love this book so much. I don't know where it is, but I'm gonna find it. So she is at her friend's house who like lives kind of far away, and he calls her and is like, I want to come and see you. Because they weren't fighting, but it was just like, anyway. And this is the Brianna, the girl. She goes, I have to go take a picture of the driveway. The driveway? That's what her friend says. And he needs to know where to park. It's a thing. And like, okay, that's not even that cute. Like, if you just read it, but like for me, if someone did that to me, I think I would actually pass away. Because real, I don't like social things. Anyway, but this book follows Brianna. I don't know why I just did it. Brianna and Jacob, they're both doctors, and he gets transferred to her hospital. Everybody thinks he's like mean and they don't like each other, but then turns out he actually is really sweet, and he's just very socially awkward, has really bad social anxiety. And then it turns out that his ex is marrying his brother. And so his whole family is really worried about him. And he accidentally like texts, or not accidentally, he purposely texts, but he's like, don't worry guys, I have a date, like it's fine, you guys need to like stop. Actually, maybe he's on a call, whatever, doesn't matter. Somehow he tells his family that he's like, don't worry guys, I have a girlfriend, I'm fine. And then for some reason they were eating lunch in a closet, and his sister finds them, and so immediately thinks that she's his girlfriend. And then there's a thing that happens, so then she's like, I'll do, like, he does basically a really big favor for her. Doesn't even like, it's not a favor, it's just he does something for her, and then she finds out and he's like, what do you need me to do? I'll do anything, like, for you, basically. And so they decide to start fake dating, and it's just so cute. They write each other letters. No, because I need to show you something. Oh, she writes him a letter, and in the letter she says, she's like, regards, like, as her ending thing, and she says in like parentheses, she's like, I've always wanted to end a letter with regards. Oh, and gets one where someone signs it, yours truly, and calls me dearest. It's so Mr. Darcy. The next chapter, the beginning of the next chapter, he's writing her letter. Dearest Brianna. Dearest Brianna. Yours truly. Yeah, anyway, I love this book. You should go read it, but read the first one first. The first one is Part of Your World. Then read this one and just have a ball. Anyway, the next question is my new favorite author. I actually have two. I wrote down one, but I decided to have two. Obviously, the obvious answer that I can't stop talking about, Chloe Walsh, because Boys of Tommen, obviously. I actually kind of think I want to go and read some of her other series, but I just fear that they're not going to live up to the Boys of Tommen hype, so I'll just have to try and like not put them on the same pedestal, but there's some other books I also need to read. Anyway, and the second one is Elsie Silver. I started reading her Chestnut Spring series last December, and since then I have now read her whole like backlog, all of her books that are out other than the novella, which I've been saying. And yeah, she's an auto-buy author for me now, and like they're just always gonna eat. None of her books have been below 4.5, and only one of them has not been 5 stars, and that was one of them being 4.5. And like honestly, get over yourself, just rate it 5 stars, Cassie. The next question is your new favorite character, and to no one's surprise at all, it's a Boys of Tommen character. And I see this could change like any day. Actually, I just thought of a couple. This is the problem. I can't make a decision. I can't pick favorites because those are my children. What are you talking about? What you're talking about? I can't make favorites. Can't pick favorites. Whatever. But I would say Aoife Malloy because I want to be her because she's so cool. Like she's actually so cool. Like what are you talking about? She is so cool. Anyway, or really any of the Boys of Tommen kids characters. But also now that I think about it, literally, why didn't you pick Jacob? He's like, or Weston Belmont from Wild Eyes. Yeah, just really, see, I can't pick favorites. It's really like pick one, Cassie, or Gibbsy, or Johnny, or Shannon, or Joey, or Aoife, as I said, Lizzie, Huey, Claire, actually, Adele, Kavanaugh. No, John Kavanaugh. Ollie, Sheen, Tig, I think is how you say his name. Anyway, just all of them. I should have picked my new least favorite character. Like, actually, I couldn't pick that one either because there's a lot of characters I don't like. Like, villain characters, not like good characters. Anyway, moving on from that question since I didn't really even answer it. A book that made me cry, and like there's a lot of books that made me want to cry, like the whole Boys of Tommen series. I think actually I've wanted to cry, and I did cry in 2 of them, and this was one of them. I was actually torrentially sobbing, like, you know how people say torrential downpour? Is that a word? I think that's the right word. Yeah, it was torrential sobbing. That's not the word. You know what I'm talking about. This, you just have to read it. Okay, actually, a lot of people, like, don't, like, this was a disappointing read for them, and, like, I'm not gonna lie, I get where they're coming from, but me, as we said, I can't rate a Boys of Tommen book or character less than 5 stars, so like it was 5 stars. I actually really did like it. I can understand where people were coming from, like it's not a Claire and Gibbsy story, it's just a Gibbsy story, but I kind of feel like you need that backstory. And yeah, did I wish it was longer? Like yes, but also no, because I feel like that would just bring more pain onto me. And I'm excited for the next book because, like, if you think about it, in my case, like, I love Binding 13, but Keeping 13, masterpiece. Love Saving 6. That actually did really make me want to cry. But Redeeming 6, masterpiece. Love Taming 7. Love Releasing 10. What did I say? It's a masterpiece, Releasing 10. We're not talking about that. Never mind. I can't. Anyway, this one, here's the difference, but I'm just going to give you differences. These ones and Binding 13 and Saving 6 made me want to sob, and like there was times where like tearing up, and like it made me really sad. And same with Releasing 10. Actually, Releasing 10 was more. I actually did like tears were running down my face this one for that one, but this one actually I was sobbing. I wish I took pictures, and I was going to take, that sounds weird, like taking pictures of myself crying, but you get it. But I didn't, because then I just stopped crying. But it wasn't even like, it was Johnny and Gibbsy. Like, I love them together. I love Gibbsy, guys. I love Gibbsy. And, like, Say what you want about Claire, Lizzie, Gibbsy, like everyone. Okay, I love them all. And the people who are at fault, not the kids, the other ones. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone has those days. Hannah Montana, okay? Like, in this series, it's the friendships that really get me. Well, also the romantic relationships, but like, Johnny and Gibbsy, they're just like, I just love them so much. And like, if you read this, I feel like you know, but like nearing the end, something happens. If you know, you know. And the way that Johnny reacts to it, and there's this like line that Gibbsy says to Johnny, and I don't know if I can find it, and I can't read it because I think that would be a spoiler. Wait, I'm gonna read this one. This one's like kind of sad, kind of cute, kind of bittersweet. This is Claire talking. He's always called me Sunshine Hugh, but knowing what we know now, what we do now, knowing blah 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 blah, how badly he suffered in silence and continued to smile, I don't think there's another person in the earth more deserving of that title. I'm actually gonna like, yeah. I found it. Oh, that hurts me so bad. I can't read this one, but if you have the paperback, it's on 417, and yeah, it's a really, really hurtful quote. And when I like re-tabbed it, I think I was logging this, but I read them all on Kindle because they're on Kindle Unlimited. Actually, releasing 10 is not, but it will be probably soon. And then I just highlighted and then just transferred my highlights, and I was just re-highlighting, and I actually started crying again when I highlighted that quote because it was so hurtful. Anyway, the next question is a book that made me happy, and well, a lot of the books made me happy that I read this year. I would say The Right Move by Liz Temford. I just love this book so much. Love this book so much. I think this or Caught Up, actually now rewind it back because that came out, are probably my favorite in the series. But yeah, The Right Move. So this is in the Windy City series, and it's a sports, romance, interconnected standalone series, and this one follows Ryan Shay, and I forget her last name, but her name's Indy. I think it's like Ivers, but I could be really wrong, honestly. You're like, Ryan Shay. When I tell you my man is Ryan Shay. What do you mean? He's Access Service King. Access Service King. She's vegetarian. Okay, so here's the situation. They are forced proximity, move in together. Actually, they do fake date, kind of. And best friend's brother. Actually, best friend's twin, if you really care about that. So she's vegetarian, and he finds out and he decides to go vegetarian so that she has things to eat in his fridge. Okay, that sounded weird, but like, you get it. He just wants her to be able to like eat his food, you know? He makes her iced coffee every day and leaves it in the fridge. Yeah. Yep. He calls her Blue because her name, well, is her name actually Indigo? I think it is. It's so cute. He pays for her fertility treatments. Oh my goodness. I can't even talk about it because it's so cute. Anyway, highly recommend that series. Now, this is the last question, and these are, what are the books that you have to read by the end of the year? And honestly, I'm gonna be so real, these are really ambitious, but I really want to read. Also, I'm like scared to read basically all of these. Zodiac Academy. I don't know why I'm scared to read that one. I think I'm just not in the mood yet. Addicted Calloway. I am scared. I started the first one, like one chapter, and then I was like, I can't do this. I'm too emotionally not available. Stable, I mean. Magnolia Parks. Yeah, that one's really scary for me. Crescent City. Okay, that one's not as scary. I'm scared. Well, I am kind of scared because they're so thick. And basically, I read all of Throne of Glass in like November, December. And so I'm kind of like fantasied out. So that's why I haven't been reading a lot of fantasy. And then also Shatter Me, which I started this. I'm probably just gonna have to restart it because I started like a long time ago and got like 30%-ish in. And never continued just because, well, I was listening to audiobook, and I'm gonna be so real, her voice just really annoyed me. I don't know why. Just a thing. So, I'm gonna read that. And then I also have my 25 books for 2025. Let me tell you, I need to get going on this because I'm kind of late. all of the books that I said are actually on here, I believe. Yeah, so all of those ones. And then I also have 7 Year Slip, Assistant to the Villain, Love Redesigned, It Ends With Us, Normal People, Summer Romance, The Love Hypothesis, which I'm currently reading, Out on a Limb, Crescent City, as I said, Once Upon a Broken Heart, Quicksilver, Phantasma, Yellowface, Light Lark, the City of Gods and Monsters series. I know that's not what it's called. I don't think that's what it's called, but it's something like that. Those are the books that like I really want to read. Obviously, if I don't read them, like it's not a big deal. Like who cares? Just read what you want. But I kind of want to read those by the end of the year. But that is the end of this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment any video ideas you have for me. And follow me Instagram, Goodreads. All my links are going to be in the description. And go read a book. That's what I'm going to do. And I'll see you next week.